drums. There it is.
Hi, I'm Aram Sinnreich. I'm an American University professor and a musician.
Hi, my name is Dunia Best, and I am a composer and performer. And we've been in many bands over the years, Brave New Girl, Dubistry, Agent 99, and currently we play as Dunia and Aram.
And sometimes the two of us play together with other friends of ours, like Vivian Goldman.
In 2022, we got a grant from the Humanities Truck Foundation to turn the truck into a mobile recording studio.
So we enlisted the help of my PhD student, Neil Perry, who fortunately used to work as an audio engineer at the Hit Factory in New York, and we integrated the process into my undergraduate course, Musical Cultures and Industries.
We sought out different musicians from different kinds of genres and walks of life from all around the DMV, and we ended up with 14 different groups, different backgrounds, ages, genres, styles, and we gave them free professional recording facilities to make a song of their choosing.
We worked with the local music promotional company called Multifloor Productions, and we used Creative Commons licenses that allowed the artists to control the copyright of their own work.
So the first people we recorded were ourselves because we had to test it all out. So we made a song called Hit and Run, which Aram and I actually wrote for Dubistry. And we tested out the equipment ourselves and tested out the sounds ourselves. And we're very pleased with the result. Then we were ready to record our first artist, Paapa-berchie.
God kind of brought music back into my life. And so that's how it's been kind of been a saving grace for me. It's helped me in so many different ways just be more mentally positive. And it's also given me that same drive, that same passion, and that same joy.
Came out of bus, I knew that was always my fate. One day our losses will end, and I promise to God that I will go be great. Cause we are the warriors, remain victorious. You don't want war with us. A youngin' came up from the mud, now it's up to the moon.
He is an operatically trained vocalist, and his family is from Ghana, and he brings both of those worlds together along with hip-hop in his style.
The next artist we recorded was called Bellwether Bayou. She's a solo violinist who uses a looping pedal to create these fantastic multi-track recordings.
Here's a question. Should I look at camera? I know. I would just say that I'm really excited for music to start up again this year, hopefully. I'm excited for it to warm up a bit. I mean, it's snowing right now, but to warm up a bit and have the porch fests come back and the farmers markets and outdoor stuff. And just really looking forward to reconnecting with everybody because it has been a really quiet.
Just like hers, even when I try to fight, it's clear these aren't my words. Hey.
We could have recorded each of her loops as a separate track. She really wanted to do it all at once. She had a little amplifier, and we mic'd everything up inside the truck again. Also very cold outside, in the streets of Adams Morgan.
And she was playing her grandfather's violin, which she's had since she was a teenager. The next artist we worked with was postmodern chamber composer Megan DiGiorgio.
As soon as you actually let yourself just, go experience some life or experience the world or just take a walk or just walk away from it for a while, I mean, it always helps. And I'm glad that this is being recorded because maybe I will listen to my own advice more in the future.
Megan DeGiorgio is the composer and Aram Sinnreich is the cellist. These guys are kind of what I had in mind when we started looking for artists.
The challenge for us is we were recording this beautiful church, the First Baptist Church in Washington, D.C., but they were doing some heavy-duty destruction next door. So we would be 14 minutes into this beautiful take, and all of a sudden we'd hear a wrecking ball taking down a wall. The next artist was Sheikh Hamala Jabate with Rob Colton.
If you are good, you have a grill. If not good, you don't have a grill.
Wow.
The grill is very serious person.
Yeah.
Even the government, they respect that. That's because we say they trust the grill more than the government.
This is one of the times we got to be part of the action. It was really a treasure to meet Sheikh. We'd actually seen him perform before, and we'd actually met Rob before because Rob also runs the venue Bossat.
For some reason, he took a liking to us, and he said, okay, well, you're a bass player. You should come and play bass with me. And Dunia's a percussionist. She should come and play Shakere with me.
This is the Raw band.
You know, Raw actually has been around for like maybe 3 years, give or take. And the fact that, you know, COVID slowed us down, you know, because that's when we started just before COVID kicked in, right?
Yeah.
And when we did finally start playing, I mean, it's amazing. They love, it's like a silent group of people who, man, I remember this.
Another hoped I would find moment. They are veteran DMV musicians. They've been doing go-go music and jazz for, you know, decades. And like the amount of experience between all of them is unbelievable and incredible. And they are local heroes.
And it was just such a privilege to provide one of their very first recordings because they were a new band. Rock Nasseris. These guys bring such a smile to my face every time I see and hear them.
The rock and roll scene only affords so many performing opportunities. We decided it needed to be close to home. And we wanted to write songs together. We were already writing songs together. So we started writing, we thought, let's write songs for our kids or for kids in general. And then we'll see where that goes.
Like your mama should have taught you when you were just a tot of two. Don't be a selfish fool and always be good. Like your mama should have taught you when you were just a tot of two. Don't let your temper rise, be wise.
I really enjoyed having them on the recordings because they represent kids' music by parents who are conscious of like making music for their children, and what a wonderful surprise.
The next band is called False Church.
I would venture to guess most of us didn't play many team sports. This is kind of our equivalent to that. You know, we get a partnership, we get to buy into it, we get ownership, and we get to see a finished product at the end, and we get to share it with people.
Psychotic fantasy, waging all war. Beyond one, beyond one, come back,
We recorded these guys using the truck in an undisclosed underground punk venue somewhere in Tacoma Park.
I love hardcore, and DC hardcore is kind of a cornerstone of independent music around the world, and it was really important for us to get a hardcore band onto these recordings.
This is like a hybrid form of go-go that we created called Afro go-go roots music. Cool. So it's like go-go but with more like a world beat kind of feel.
I'm gonna give my more. I got to give my more to receive my lyrics.
These guys are really interesting because they're taking traditional DC go-go and they're fusing it with a kind of a poppy funk sound, but all of it is rooted in the Yoruba religious traditions of West Africa, which the band leader is very seriously committed to. And, he sees this not as a commercial enterprise, but as a spiritual one.
Al-Madad means throughout the song we are seeking assistance, right? So we're saying Madad ya Rasulullah, Madad ya Habibullah. You're saying like, please help us, O Messenger of God, O Beloved of God. Al-Madad, Al-Madad, Al-Madad ya Habibullah, Rabbi faj'al mujtama'ana ghayatu husnul khitam. وأعطنا ما قد سألنا من عطاياك الجسام. المداد 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 يا رسول الله. المداد المداد المداد.
So the Zainab Ensemble is a group of 6 young women from 4 or 5 different nations getting together to sing qasida music, which is a traditional form of Muslim devotional music typically sung by men.
We recorded them outside the Smithsonian. We thought we had permission to record there, and it turns out they didn't know we were bringing a truck with microphones. Once again, it's a magical one-take situation.
We are a community of women, and we want to empower women, minorities, people of color with our music. So we also want to break barriers. I think that music, you don't really need to understand the language in order for you to actually feel the music, and that is basically what our drums do.
So this is another group of all-women singer and percussionists, but in this case, their style of music is traditional cumbia, which is a South American folkloric dance music.
They are vibrant, creative women who are building a new sound out of old sounds. I keep saying that everybody's amazing, but they're amazing.
We were at Rockville High School until about 5 years ago. The school system decided not to fund us anymore after 56 years of having a band and participating in community activities and being a vital part of the community. Unfortunately, they decided that they wanted to fund other things.
Sterling Youth Pipe Band is a kid-led bagpipe band, very close to our hearts because both of our children have played with them, which is not why we recorded them. We recorded them because they're an award-winning pipe band. It's always a thrill to listen. It's always incredible to hear live bagpipes. And I think it's a necessary representation for our project.
What does music mean to you?
Music? It's like a lifeblood, I guess. Like I said, it's the one unifying thing all over the world. It surpasses language, borders. You can just go anywhere remote in the world and there's going to have some form of music there. And just, even if you want to get really metaphorical about it, even your heartbeat is like music.
Los cuentos de mis padres me siguen hoy. Los mitos de mi tierra definen quién soy. Pero el viento murmura preocupación. La llegada de una nueva superstición. Me tomé un café con el sombrero. La ciguapa bailó conmigo solo. Con café y con cumbia la madre monte me crió.
Richard Benjumea and Soroche.
So this is a psychedelic music based on Cumbia called Chicha music. This was a brand new band. They'd never played together basically until we recorded them. And now, a year later, they've been gigging all over the DMV.
I have to say, before, like hip-hop, DC was like about go-go. It was all about just influencing people. But now, today, it's about violence, drugs, guns, all of that.
Back before I was born, rap music was about coming together, having a good time. And now it's just about killing people, shooting people. I don't support it, but I do listen to it.
Can people change the world and make it better? This is the time for all of us to come together. You wanna buy food, but the price is going up. Sad thing, I bet your job ain't paying you enough. World problems show no mercy, like Cobra Kai. Let me introduce myself, I'm the right guy. Hunger, pollution, violence, all world problems. It takes all of us to come together and solve
The Lofty Boys.
They're one of the few groups that didn't send us music. They sent us their philosophy. I appreciated that philosophy. They were actively anti-violence, actively pro-education, and young and cute. And
it's just two teenage boys and their father. He's an educator in the DC school system. It was really important to us to have some kids in the mix, not just kids musicians, but musicians who are kids. So once we'd recorded all of these wonderful artists, we decided we had to release it to the public at large. So we put together a compilation with all 14 tracks on it, and we put it freely on the internet at outofourshells.com.
When we were coming up, we went to shows with all different kinds of music, all different kinds of bands, all playing together. You never went to just a punk show or just a ska show or just a funk show. So we wanted to do that here, Rhizome DC in Tacoma Park. They allowed us to set up outside and we invited everybody to come play.
And 10 of our artists said yes. We got a wonderful local crowd, and we got coverage in the Washington Post and in the DCist and on NPR. And the best part of it, though, was that all the musicians who had never met each other finally got to mix and to appreciate one another's sounds.
And we're hoping some really incredible collaborations are coming out of it. I know that Soroche and La Marvela already had a little bit of stuff going on, so we see them together a lot.
We also saw paapa-berchie working with Aram Sinnreich and Megan DiGiorgio to see whether they could fuse their postmodern chamber music with his classically inspired R&B music.
And then we also are now working with Rob Colton, who was performing with Sheikh Hamala, and it's become this incredible blossoming relationship.
So, now that we've finished the Out of Our Shells project, what comes next?
We've started a private foundation called Wasako Park Productions, which will help us bring this recording studio to more communities.
If you'd like to learn more or help us out, come find us at outofourshells.com.